All right, good morning. What's up? No music today. Was that the most awkward silence? You know, remember when you're young? Maybe still today. Those awkward silences are like, ugh. So how's everybody doing? The Windows Explorer was not acting up or acting nice today, so I didn't want to take a chance and lose everything. So we had no music today. But Jake, Jake, remind me. Oh, Jake, are you the one that we chatted when you came up to the truck? We got a Jake over on YouTube. What is your official title? I talked about yesterday. First responder, first medic, director of Golf Star. There you go. Love it, man. Yeah, we met up in Idalia too. They were doing a water rescue on an airboat, and our little convoy leaving Sergeant. We had nowhere to go, so heck yeah, man. It was more cool seeing that airboat come by and have you guys helping. Jake's the one that told me the story. There was a gentleman that the RV rolled several times across the road, and luckily didn't get too hurt. But that was the power of Beryl. I know there's a lot of arguments that it was more than a one. I'm not getting into that, but I do know what a lot of people told me it was one of the worst. Even living in Houston, every storm's different. Every storm has its thing, and I shared the tornado graphic. 203 tornado warnings from Beryl. Yesterday, New York had their highest tornado ever. Single day tornado warnings in one day. 44. I believe it's 44. Might be one, or I think that was the number I read, but 44-ish tornado warnings in New York yesterday. It's largest day ever in New York. That is incredible. This little Cape Verde seed, I call it, never lost that circulation, and it was, don't want to say a beast, but it was pretty bad. I'm going to show you a graphic here that, some of the damages you would expect in a Cat 1 versus what I saw with my drone footage. It's pretty incredible. So, what is up? My name is Mike. It's so dark. Yes, Miss Shelley's over there in our Brew Crew chat. Appreciate all the new Brew Crew subscribers supporting our page and what I do. We have a little private chat room for you all. As little as $4.99 a month. You tip the Starbucks line more than that, but you get a whole month of Mike for $4.99. Oh, the dog. Everybody's asking, who's the snoring dog? It is Hunter. He always stops breathing when he gets excited. He's like, and I told him today, you're the chosen one, and he just froze. He knows. Louis usually puts his paws up in my leg because he knows it's time, but I think he knows the drill. It's every other day. And for some reason, I did think it was Tuesday yesterday because I put Tuesday in all the titles. So I don't understand why everybody kept saying it's Wednesday. Well, now I know why, because my brain, I didn't know what day it was. We stayed up. Well, now I know why, because we didn't sleep one night. We literally stayed up 48 hours plus. So my brain was a day behind. I'm getting caught up though. But anyway, this is Daily Brew coming to you live from Oldsmar. It's July 11th. Hey, 7-Eleven day. Free Slurpees, right? Sarah will love that. She calls them sushi. Can I have a sushi? That's her way of saying Slurpee. Yeah, Joan, I got the only purring Frenchie on the planet. He actually purrs like a cat. And when you get him excited, he starts purring even more. So we got a little Tropics to talk about. I've seen some scary headlines. All eyes are watching. Well, no, they're not. Mine aren't. But we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about a couple things down the road. We are not live tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, all right? Taking a little vacation for the girls. I cut short last week's vacation for Beryl by 3 days, so I kind of felt like they deserved something. So we are heading out on the new Margarita. Well, it's not a new ship. It's a renovated Margaritaville out of Tampa. My buddy Dennis Phillips went on it, and he said it was pretty good. So I watched a lot of reviews on it. It's not too bad, but we're going to be heading out tomorrow. A much-needed break. I don't think anybody covered storms as much as we do here. Between the lives, the reels, the posts. And it was exhausting. Beryl was exhausting. It was very exhausting. We're going to talk about the blob here in a second. Hey, by the way, whoa, weird color screen just got green. That's different, but hey, we'll leave it up there. Our Daily Brew brought to you by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits here in Florida. Yes, it's almost the weekend, so check them out. I'm sure you will. Be making my way to Winter Garden or Winter Haven? Winter Haven. I don't know. They got a brand new store in the middle part of the state. A new concept. I'm going to be doing a little meet and greet there pretty soon. So, yeah, good supporters of ours, and love all their staff, and they've become good friends of mine, and appreciate all that they do. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. So, morning, Mike Soul. Good morning, Stacy Wilson. Linda from Okeechobee. I'll get you an autograph. Hey, if you email mikesweatherpage@gmail.com and ask nicely, I'll mail you one. I don't have any problem with that. Good morning, Crystal over there in Brew Crew. Mirtha, what's up, Katie? Got Winter Garden. Yes, Winter Garden. Okay. Good morning, Miss Kitchen. This is a little Hunter, by the way. Corpus Christi. Oh, Lambs, how's the power situation in Corpus Christi? Power bill, forget about it. Mine's over $500 every month. $600. Now that we have the Tesla, I'm sure that added a little bit, but I like to keep the air chilly. I can't handle hot air in the house, so we keep it at 74 during the day and 71 at night. So, all right, buddy, I'm gonna let you go. Say bye, everybody. Say the smallest Frenchie on the planet. I'm only 9 pounds, but I'm 4 years old. One day I'll grow up like me. One day he'll grow up just like his dad. So we're going to talk about this blob, all right? The blob is nothing to worry about. Listen, I saw some headlines. All eyes are watching. Well, no, they're not. There's no. It's a blob. Sometimes blobs are just blobs. If I was one to hype, you would have seen it by now, but I'm not one to hype most of the time. But it is looking pretty impressive. It's going to be shoving some rain through the state, and it's going to be pushing it southwest throughout the day. So, if you see that, don't it's just it's being fueled by upper level winds from a upper level low, and it's very fascinating here. Let me show you right here. So we have this upper level low. See it? This is really cool satellite. This is water vapor satellite. Houston. Listen, I know, man. Houston's a mess right now. I posted that 2 days ago, and a lot of people got mad at me. They're like, "It's not that bad." Well, it is bad. I could see it was going to be bad because power lines were down everywhere, trees were down everywhere. I just knew it was going to be bad. And Tammy OSR, they got called on to help, and a lot of people went on there and got mad at her, and she has nothing to do. She's just hired by the power companies to help get stuff back. So we talked about this before the storm, and we thought that the response was not maybe enough for what this could have been, which ended up being what it was. So I think somebody missed it on the effects of this storm strengthening and how it brought inland effects that we talk a lot about. So, but props to Tammy. I shared Furman Power Equipment. They were there on site helping folks with generators at Lowe's. That was a really cool post I shared. Moorings is there helping with disaster cleanup, restoration. Coastal Claims is there helping homeowners. So a lot of our friends and Lodging Solutions is there helping out too. So 5 of our great supporters of our page, and we don't have a lot of supporters. We try to keep it minimal, but they're on the ground helping Texas. So I know it's miserable. This is a storm that most locals told me when I got there it was going to be nothing, because they were told it was going to be nothing. Nobody prepared. But look what happened. But this is upper level low. You see it spinning over here by Bermuda. Lori Rye, it's all your fault. It's spinning. What's cool about this is it's creating this convection down here. So even though it looks like it's tropical, there's a lot of wind shear. So this blob will probably, some of this is going to end up through the state. But the main core of this, ironically, is going to go north. And it doesn't look like it. It's kind of an old frontal line. But I don't know if this is really why, but North Carolina's going to get a lot of rain the next couple of days. So it's hard to see. I don't really know how this is going to end up here, but it is, and it's not tropical. But hey, the hurricane hunters might actually go out there today. So never say never in the tropics. I always say that. Never say never. But at this moment in time, it doesn't look like this is anything to worry about. So it's all because of this upper level spin here. This little guy looks tropical, but it's an upper level low. And you can see that. Go over here to your windy map. And it's really neat. So we get a lower level winds. Got a big old mess here. This is a surface low. And you can see this is the low that they're kind of marking as maybe off the coast. And I mean, it's sloppy. But once you get to 850, it's, I don't know, there's just so much going on. Then we get to 500 millibar, and there's this beginning of the signs of this bigger upper level low. And you can really see it at 250 level. This is the jet stream level. But that's what's creating a ton of wind shear. That's helping fuel this convection here. So I don't know. Very sloppy. It's hard to see anything coming out of this thing. It only has a day or two when it drifts northward. But, it is what it is. Some other maps we look at here, look at the overall shear tendency, shear maps. Oh my God, there's all kinds of stuff going on over there. A lot of wind shear. A lot of wind shear. So whatever. I don't know. But here's the latest. National Hurricane Center. It is 10%. All eyes are on that. How about a one eye alert? I got one eye on it. One eye alert. Nope. Camping is different than cruising. Oh, anyway. Anyway, what date are you talking about, Shelly? I don't even know what you're talking about. Good morning, Big Pine Key, Mr. Danny Lynch. Bye, Hunter. Lois from St. Augustine, very pretty area. Yep. Margaret Ryan from Wilmington. A lot of fans of Wilmington. Have a mill. Haven't seen you in a while. Good morning, Miss Sherry Brown from Kentucky. What's up, Mr. Chris? How's the old Camaro running, buddy? What's up, Vivid Cindy? Good morning again. Oh, YouTube says 7:10. Oh my God. Well, my brain's all messed up right now because I don't even know what day it is. Oh God, I tell you. Let me see if I can adjust it. Oh, yep, it says 7:10. Let me edit it right now. Then somebody will be happy now. Let me see if I can edit it on the fly. So anyway, there's a spot. These spots come out at 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So, they did not change anything yet. Edit the video. All right, let's edit this because I don't want anybody mad at me for misspelling the date. So we are going to officially go forward in time. It's now 7:11. There we go. I even said 7:11. All right, now it says 7:11. Everybody's happy now. There you go. Okay. So anyway, here we got. Oh, Loretta, your daddy's funeral. Don't tell me that. Well, I think there's good vibes when it rains in a funeral. So we'll look here a little bit. John, no flip flops. Nope. I am a little tired. I had a radio show this morning, so I was on it for that. It was a good solid 45 minutes talking. talking. All right, so 10%. All right, there's that. Let's talk about some other things I got popped up here. Here's what it looks like. We already showed you that. Here's the radar. So there's a big blob right there by the Cape. We got a little bit here by me. We got more coming in, surprisingly. So that's kind of sneaky rains. Jacksonville might be okay there, Loretta Reed. Good long-term follower, so hope you have a nice day there weather-wise. It doesn't look too bad in Jacksonville. So what's up, Mr. Jeff? Still working on another date on August for you. But anyway, sneaky rains today from this big old blobby mess. All right, but again, I don't think we got anything to worry about. We'll look at some future radar here in a second. Let's do it right now, actually. Let's look at that since we've had people in Florida question things. And then I got some other stats I want to show you. Interesting stuff here about our tornadoes with Beryl and some other stuff. And then look, I got some future Tropics talk about too that got posted this week that kind of interesting on why we're seeing numbers increased even more for the rest of the year. So here's what we're looking at. Jacksonville looks good so far. Here's 11 o'clock. So this blob here across going southwest. Remember I said in my post earlier, things are going to get pushed into the state. And as it gets pushed into the state, it's going to be going southwest. And that's kind of what we're seeing. So pretty much I-4 south. It's one of these days that the interstate system is controlling weather. Interstate 4 south is getting all the rain today in Florida. Lots of rain too. Lots of sneaky stuff today. This is all today. So there you go. Just kind of like random here and there, everywhere. You never know what time. Might rain, might not. But you see where the juice is at. Precipitable water is going to show you that too. This is kind of showing you the moisture in the air. And that's kind of where it's at. Moisture in the air. I haven't even looked at what kind of weather we're looking at. But anyway, here's that big old convection ball that's going to be kind of hanging out. So anyway, there you go. There's a weather forecast for that. Let's go to that again. We already talked about that. And now we're into that. So that was stuff for Beryl, but I really don't have anything else to talk about. Here's flooding today. This is what's interesting. This is interesting to me. Plus it's hot. We got a huge heat dome. But your rainfall, we got some rain expected later today across eastern part of North Carolina. So we actually got a slight flood chance. Yo, thank you, bud. Looks like Danny Lynch, you're going to get some rain in the Keys. I saw the Utopia made it to the Cape. We're going on to Utopia. All you Mike's Weather Page fans, listen, we got 3/4 of our cabins sold. That's incredible. But if you're a big cruiser and you want to hang out with us next year, we got a link on the page. Get a hold of Kim Shipley and she'll get you hooked up right here. The MWP Cruise. We are less than a year away. 4th annual. You gotta love that. Here's the flooding map today. And what's going to happen tomorrow? We even have another one. More chances tomorrow. Right here. This is tomorrow. So 2 days of heavy rain on the East Coast. There, a lot of that's just this tropical juice going north, but it's so sloppy. But, we got a Bermuda high. Even though we got this upper level low, we still have the Bermuda high. So we got all these winds going every which way. But the high will eventually slide this to the north. Low level action is controlled by upper level winds, and it'll push it to the north. So heavy rain. We can see daily rainfall total amounts. You can see right here what we're looking at for today and tomorrow and the next day and the day after that and the day after that. Here's now. Might be a little inaccurate, actually. I think we're going to see a little higher coverage Interstate 4 South. But you can see these rains get pulled up from this blob up into this area today. There's your rainfall. Tomorrow, lots of rain. North Carolina northward. That's tomorrow. Friday. Saturday, kind of lingers a little bit, but everything kind of slowing down a little bit. There's Sunday. There's Monday. There's Tuesday. And then Tuesday is gone with the wind. And here's Wednesday. So nothing big organized. Huge heat dome overhead. I know it's summer. I know it's hot. But we have hazardous heat, whatever that means. Lots of hazardous heat way down into Florida, way across the upper Gulf Coast, way up along the East Coast. Hazardous heat across California, all the way to Florida, all the way to Vermont, New Hampshire. It's going to be hot. A lot of this is based on heat index, too. Cheryl, that's not going in the Gulf. First off, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. So, all right. So there's that weather thingy. What else weather thingy can we talk about? So we got the tornado. So this is what I wanted to show. This is incredible. So this is Beryl. Every storm is different. This storm, so I was talking to my dad yesterday. And Joe, my buddy Joe's with me. And as we were driving down on that road to Sargent Beach, I was commenting on the rain, and it stuck out to me how the rain was ground level on the road, and the sheets of the rain that were coming across the road, and it just stuck out to me. I'm sure it's always that way, but I kept saying to Joe, man, that rain is crazy. The way it's low, look at this rain just sheeting across the roads, And then my dad yesterday mentioned the same thing. He said every video he saw, he couldn't believe the vertical, or the horizontal rains and how low they were. So, my theory on this storm is that, sometimes the hurricane hunters find a weakening system, a deepening system. Sometimes the winds never reach the surface, even though they might be just above the surface. This storm, obviously, the winds were at the surface. And some of the storms that we see, the winds don't really reach the surface. And some of the damages that I had, to me, rival some of the, bigger storms I've been in. So, it was incredible. And we had that core rotation, low. I showed it yesterday. We had a low spinning around the Great Lakes. Anytime you get that little C and that little low, man, we get a lot of instability in the atmosphere. And man, look at this. These are the tornado counts all the way up to Maine. And these are numbers for this little office here. So warnings don't always mean they get verified, but they do mean that was a pretty strong cell of storms regardless. So rainy in Zephyr Hills, Tammy. Yes, it's rainy here in Oldsmar too. Matt, Saturday the 20th. We might be able to see that far. What's up, Mr. R.E. Reeves? So a couple people talking about that area. Then, I want to talk about it. But anyway, these are tornado warnings. They don't always mean that they verify, but they do mean that there were strong storms regardless. And It's incredible. I mean, New York had their highest one-day total ever yesterday. We had tornadoes all the way to Maine. It's crazy. 67 here in this little red region. 27 along the Louisiana coast. So even Louisiana, talking about the east side of the storm a lot. And look at that. Louisiana got a lot of action from this storm, even though it wasn't a direct hit. And then it kind of crazy how all the action stayed east of center because of the rotation of the spin. So that's just fascinating. So they had 203 tornado warnings, right? I think 215. I don't know. I typed it up. It's around there. Don't quote me on it, but it's the second highest tornado count for a system since Ivan in 04. Man, I'm messing everything up. Let me go back here, double check here, because now I don't want to sound stupider than I normally do. But it is nap day today. Yeah, Ivan 04. So 213. Beryl produced 203 tornado warnings. That is the most since Ivan in 04, which had 213. And maybe they'll find out. Maybe there'll be some more. I don't know, but no, they can't issue warnings after the storm. I always get Ivan confused. The I storms confuse the heck out of me. They all blend together after a while. We need to just eliminate that letter in the alphabet. So that was incredible. Tornado warnings. A lot of damages all the way up to Maine yesterday. A lot of flooding in Vermont and New Hampshire going on. Crazy, crazy, crazy storm. For sure. Ian was in Jamaica. Horizontal heavy sheets of rain. Isn't that a little different? Does anybody agree with that? That's a little different, right? I mean, not hyping, but it was just weird. Tabletop Greek, lots of rain, 2 to 3 inches per hour rates. We could possibly see that. Let's see some good rain maps that I got. We can look at the high resolution radars for that. Let's get an idea for our Carolina friends, and then we'll talk some hurricane stuff. Hasn't been a lot to talk about in the Carolinas in the last several years. I do want to bring this up before I forget. Let me go back to my page here. We'll pull up the National Hurricane Center map here because I kind of talked about this early season. So we've already seen it. So the La Nina years that we see a lot of activity, we have a very strong Bermuda high. And that means the flow is a little bit more like that. And we've already had 3 storms over here. I have researched enough to know that the years that we have a lot of recurves, storms end up doing this a lot because we don't have a strong high. But even what we're seeing with this thing is it's going to go this way. Everything is driven by this strong high. So it just seems like more activity, unfortunately, and I meant to cover everybody. And we're already seeing that. Strong Bermuda high. Pushing things more west. We're already seeing it. Rainfall for North Carolina. Let's take a look here and see these higher total amounts that we could be looking at. So let's look at the Euro. And we'll go right into all of them. North Carolina. Let's see some rainfall total types. These will help us see if there's going to be more isolated. So, Euro's only showing a max of 4 somewhere. So that's not too bad. The latest GFS A little higher pockets, a little more chances for some bigger pockets of rains here through the week. This is through the weekend. We can see some bigger pockets, 6 inches here into Virginia. NAM only goes out through today, but I doubt you're right. We could definitely see some. This is kind of what the GFS is showing. We could see a setup of the boundary line, blocking high, kind of pushing it more inland a little bit, but we could see some pretty heavy totals possibly today. This is through today. That's why we got the flood yellow up for this area, but that's pretty good rains right there possible. This is the overnight NAM, but there you go. Yeah, it's interesting. So maybe a little more inland today. That's today's rains, so that's interesting. And you can kind of see the flow pattern. It just kind of ends up there. It's weird. It's odd. It's an odd setup. Let's show the southeast here and kind of look at it that way. That's just a coverage map. I mean, I don't know. It's actually going to rain now. It's noon. I mean, this is coming now. Carolina's getting it close to now. It's brewing out there. So we definitely got a diagonal line, a little bit off the coast here. It's going to be pretty heavy rain for y'all. Anybody going to Margaritaville cruise this tomorrow? Yeah, Sindel, you're up there in the Carolinas. You saw what I just showed. Interesting. It's going to be kind of a sneaky little boundary rain there today. More like there. Not so much coastal, but we're going to have a little pocket of rain today. All right, this came out 2 days ago. If you're just tuning in, not sure what that was, but let's go back to Philip Gloss back here because he had a new update. So Colorado State University did a new update. They update these monthly, July 9th. So they bumped up their forecast for the rest of the year. If you missed my live yesterday, now they're expecting 22 more named storms, not the 3 we've already had. So 25 total for the year, 22 yet to come. Average is 14. So if you subtract the 3 from an average year, that would mean we'd have 11 more to go. They're predicting 22 more to go. So they're predicting 2 times more storms than the average. 5 more major hurricanes they're predicting. So, there's a lot of reasons why. You can go check them out on X. A lot of it's the water temperature. A lot of it's the long-range shear forecast with La Nina. Bermuda High is setting up long-range precipitation maps. That's this graphic right here. There's our new La Nina map. And then we have this one from Ben Knoll Weather. This is a combination of the UK and the Euro, but it's showing areas that are expected to be wetter than normal, and this is inches above normal. Anytime you get that, that means there's going to be more juice in the atmosphere for storms to develop, and that's just one of the million things they look at. So there's going to be plenty of juice out there. This is for the months of August, September, and October, when things usually get going, not June and July like we just saw. So the fact that we saw Beryl in the end of June and July here is very, I hate adjectives. I don't want to say concerning, but I kind of see that we could see some more bad storms. Not liking that Bermuda High setting up. Bye. The stronger that Bermuda High sticks around, then we're going to see this possibility of storms rotating in. So a lot of good questions before about the water temperatures. This is a neat graph on Tropical Tidbits here. This one finally starting to show it. It takes a couple days for the satellites to catch up. But look at that water cool down. Pretty cool, right? Water temperatures anomalies have cooled. That is the path of Beryl. Very interesting graphic here, showing how this is the anomaly map on 30-year averages. And yes, the water did cool considerably compared to average. So that's good. Some of the theory is that it'll come back quick because of the ocean heat content below the surface. This is sea surface temperature. You know, we'll see how fast it comes back. Sometimes I've seen these things come back pretty fast. This is your ocean heat content map. This is hot water below the surface. So we'll watch this number next week and see if it starts to come back. But cool water is your friend because that means a little less fuel. We saw that with Beryl, man. You know, when it came off the Yucatan, it really struggled. And then once it got into those warmer waters along the Texas coastline, it really started feeding into it. I did do, well, here, no, let's just show you right here. I did do, Brian McNulty has a cool site here called Pass Radar Loops right here. Boom, boom. And he puts together all strong. Listen, you can go back to Gene. You can go back to Andrew. You can go back to Hugo. There's Hugo. Into the Carolinas there, South Carolina. But that's incredible. The old satellite imagery. But you can go back in time and look at all these. But here's the progress of Beryl, Barbados. Let's take a look at Barbados. We'll look at the progression of Beryl here. So here's Barbados radar. You can see the eye, tight little eye, very tight spin, and just went south of Barbados there, hit the lower part of the islands there, started to pull north a little bit. Then here's Puerto Rico radar. Didn't really get a good imagery there, but you kind of see the eye. Puerto Rico got some pretty good bands. Definitely the western tip there in Hispaniola. And then here is, that's a different way to look at radar. Notice how I didn't say the town because I don't know how to pronounce it. Curacao. Then we have Pylon. I don't know where he finds all this stuff. Here's just south of Jamaica. Jamaica got a skirt, Ian, right? Keisha? Unfortunately, it made a couple little jogs to your north there, and it did clip the southern part of the country there. And then we got Grand Cayman radar. You can see it coming and just skirted the lower part there. Also, two close skirts there. Crazy, right? And then here is Pinar del Rio. And you can see it pass just south of Cancun and Cozumel. Almost a direct hit, actually. They got the worst stuff. Then we get into, here's a little tighter radar showing you it coming through. Not the cleanest radar, but now we have, oh, that's not the one I wanted. This one here. There we go. This is on approach. So you can kind of see Beryl. Early rains, spreading upwards, but then it started really tightening up here. A little dry air ingestion, but once you got over that warm water, it really cleaned it out. And then boom, that eye popped up, got tight. There's your tornado warnings going up through, and just amazing. That thing still spun all the way to Maine. Here's post landfall, but definitely was intensifying on approach, and those are harder to weaken as they go inland. A lot of tornadoes in Louisiana and Arkansas, Texas there. Interesting stuff. That's Brian McNulty's site there. You can see past radar loops. I want to show you this graphic. This is a cool little thing NOAA has, National Hurricane Center, types of damage due to hurricane winds. Very dangerous winds on a Cat 1 will produce some damage. Well-constructed frames will have damage to roof, shingles, vinyl siding, gutters. Large branches of trees will snap. Shallow-rooted trees may be toppled. Extensive damage to power lines, poles, power outages, few to several days. Category 2, they say well-constructed frame homes could sustain major roof siding damage. Many shallow-rooted trees will snap, block roads, which we saw. Near total power loss could last several days to weeks. So we're kind of in that little window there. But this little graphic here is really neat. It kind of shows you. You can follow along on the bottom, the scale. So on the bottom there's Cat 1. These are Cat 1 damages. Cat 2 damages. Cat 3 damages. And then obviously 4. And then 5. We don't want to see 5. Well, that house is gone. That's not a good graphic to show, but it's interesting. I saved it. I'm going to share it, so it'll be on all my social channels. This is a, but that drone footage that I took, I mean, we did see quite a bit of roof damage, Let me see if I can play it here. Somewhere down here is my drone footage. I could play here. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is right here. So, in case you missed it yesterday, there's so many areas that this whole town is Sargent, but there's whole roof gone. Granted, maybe it's not. I don't know I don't want to rate the quality of the construction. And as you see with any storm, some are a lot better off than others. Newer homes, construction. My takeaway more than anything was these RVs just all were on their side. 1, 2, 3. I counted 4, like 30, 40 RVs on their sides. Like I said, we had one that rolled. There's a little bit of roof damage there. I mean, that's kind of consistent, with there's a camper on its side. More roof damage. More roof damage. Yeah. So yeah, it might have been a 1, but it was it was pretty. When I drove to Houston, I think what was shocking to me going back to Houston was the amount of trees that were down on the road, and 2-foot plus trunk trees, man, and they were everywhere down, big trees. And then when I got to Houston, seeing all the power poles on the ground, that was like, there's some more roof damage. This isn't shingle roof damage. This is actual, siding and, getting into the roof itself. There's another RV really tore up. That one got demolished in a million pieces. Hopefully nobody was in it, that's for sure. Another camper on its side. Crazy, right? Peak winds were officially 80, I think. Is that what they said? 80, 85? I don't even remember what they said. I don't even know, honestly. I don't think it was 90. But the pressure was 979, pretty low. There's some more roof, it's just a small sampling of the area, we have an RV, so it's just, I can't believe seeing these RVs on their sides. Originally you might argue that it was all surge damage, but not when you see this this kind of stuff. And like I said, this is only a small little area that I got. There's, so it's more than just shingle damage, and that's where it's kind of confused me with a lot of homes, not just 1 or 2. I'm confused, man. So anyway, marginal risk for Nebraska today. Let's take a look. Do we have anything? I don't think we do today. I didn't see anything stood out. We actually down in Arizona there, New Mexico, we might have a little bit of something. But no, there's our latest today. Nothing too bad. Tomorrow, pretty lame day. Nothing to worry about. Here's a little bit there on was that Saturday? So yeah, we get some storms coming down Saturday again. Big block and high pressure across the south. Okay, just for fun, let's look at temperatures and heat index for the next several days, because I guess heat's in the news. Kind of giving up looking at temperatures because we know it's going to be hot. But let's see what this excessive heat looks like. Daily highs. Let's see here. Doesn't like this map. All right. Well, this map's up. Well, look at out west, though. So I guess the key here is looking at these whitish kind of areas is over 100. Close to 100. Actually, look at it. Let's go to the southeast because we can zoom in a little bit more. Oh man, yeah, look at that. Upper 90s there. Hundreds popping. This is tomorrow. Oh gosh, even hotter to Saturday. We're going to see hundreds in Florida on Saturday. Hundreds, oh my gosh, deep south, 102. That's going to be hot. Hundreds maybe. Oh gosh, look at that day. That's Sunday. You know, it's never hit 100 in Tampa ever officially. Man, look at all these hundreds in the Carolinas. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Tennessee. Look at all these hundreds in North Carolina for Monday. God, you're going to be hundreds everywhere. Look at this. Hundreds. That is incredible. Geez, it's even hotter on next Tuesday. We got 105, 106 in Carolinas. Jeez, that's a euro. It could be a little overdone, but overdone. Turkey's overdone. Let's see, 12Z's still loading here. Let's see if we got. Let's see what the official temperature is going to be. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's look at our blend of models. God, it's hot, man. Middle hundreds in North Carolina. Here's your blended models. Maybe not as hot on these. Yeah, the euro's a little overdone, but still, next Tuesday is a hot day. Hundreds all the way through everybody. Tennessee. That's Tuesday. So it looks like the hottest day is Tuesday, but it's still hot. That's why I like air conditioning. We could do heat index. Everybody, boy, that gets everybody hot. Talking about heat index. What's up, Beth from Clearwater? Yeah, it is raining. Kind of sneaky rain. I wasn't really paying attention to the weather around here. What's up, Mary Carol? Amy Brown going Pokemon hunting. Are you really? Do they still do that? Is that real? Tiffany playing some golf. We'll have some fun there, Tiffany. You know, I've never played golf. Can't believe it. I've done a lot of things, and I guess I'm saving it for a rainy day. Got a little shiny forehead today. I didn't take a shower yet. I had a big radio gig or TV gig at 8:15, so got behind a little bit. Hey, Margaritaville, check this out. They gave me a little goodie bag. This is something in there. Look at that. They got a window thermometer. Is that not awesome? Maybe I should bring it on the ship. It's the old Mercury style. Well, that's about it for me. Let's take a look at power outages real quick here. See what's going on in Texas. Still a million. Jeez, 1.3 million still without power. God, that's terrible. So there's your affected areas, obviously. A lot of counties. 1.3 million still without power here. Going on, what, 4 days now? That's pretty significant on a storm that people laughed at. Maybe it's because everybody laughed at Beryl. Beryl got the last laugh. Long range looking like I talked about. Hard to tell, but nothing's really brewing, at least in the long run here. We're looking long range. The 15-day Euro map yesterday didn't show anything. Let's see if anything's picking up areas to potentially watch. This one right here. Wow, nothing. Maybe one or two. 10-day map, quiet. That's your 10-day Tropics map from the Euro. It's not showing anything. That's spooky. Especially when you think we could have 22 more named storms to come. We're going to be going into the alternate list, by the way. So after W, which is William, we'll be going into the alternate name, which is not Greek anymore. And these are a little harder. I'm going to have to do my homework on the alternate list of names. Wait a minute. Supplemental list. Okay. The supplemental list never changes, by the way. It's the same one. So we're going to start out with Adria, Braylon, Caridad, Deshawn, Emery, Foster, Gemma, Heath, Isla, Jacobus, Kinsey, Lucio, Michaela, Nolan, Orlando, Pax, Ronan, Sophia, Tayshawn, Viviana, Will. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me on those. But it looks like we're gonna be using some of them. Crazy, right? Oh man! Hey, local people, listen. One of my great friends here, locally, if you're into hurricane windows, 40% off. We already had a bunch of MWPs do this, and they love them to death. Direct remodels. John and Dan, good friends of mine now, and they big fans of our page, so they wanted to support it. Give an amazing discount just because they like us and what we do. And if you're in the middle part of the state and want hurricane windows, then give them a check first because they've already helped a bunch of our fellow fans and they've been very happy. So big thanks to them for supporting us here for another year. All right, well, that's about it for me. Remember, we're not going to be live for a few days. I hope you miss me. I'll be doing a little reels from the ship, though, so I just won't be doing live. Kristen, yeah, 4 months after Andrew. Man, let's hope it's not 4 months anymore, but that's terrible. 4 months of no power. Yeah, Sarah, it was amazing, the moisture. Let's look at the rain maps, which is always fascinating to me. Oh gosh, I can't remember which one it is that I use here. I think it's this one right here. So we can look at 72-hour rain totals, and there you go. Where did Beryl go? There you go. So there's your rain maps. You know, is there showing that accurately? Houston area. Well, yeah, we got pockets there. 72 hours. See, I don't know if that's far enough out. No, it's not far enough out. We can only go out 72 hours. Man, I missed it by a day. I should have done this. Yeah, I can't. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this will help. This is on the 9th. July 11th. Oh, wait a minute. This is time. I don't know. I'll mess with it. That looks a little more accurate. I don't know when it started, though. I don't know if I can change this to... Oh, I can go to the 10th here. Here we go. Look at that. We learn something new every day. Oh, that doesn't even go out yesterday's rain. So we need to go at... Then we'll go here to the 23Z. That's a little more kind of accurate. Maybe. It doesn't really show Maine, though. So let's go to July 11th and then go to 00Z, and I think that might be a better representation maybe of the rain. But anyway, back to your point, Michigan got a lot of rain. You're right. 5 inches plus lower parts of Michigan there. Jessica, the system off Florida is nothing. It's just a big old blob of rains that are being fueled by an upper level low to the east. Not expecting formation at all. Eventually, it's going to actually drift around that Bermuda High towards North Carolina. So it is going to push some rains inland today, Florida, from pretty much I-4 south. But Brandy, thank you. I need to chill out more. I'm obsessed with weather. Yeah, Crystal, give them a chance. They're good people. They are good people. And Dan is a huge weather fan. They are both weather fans. So, we usually only hook up with fans. Thank you, Jackie. Yes, they're excited. Well, Emily's starting college, and she kind of wanted to do a cruise, and it really worked out for us because we were looking. Let me tell you how weird this is. Very weird. I believe I have a guardian angel. I've named him Fred. It's weird, I know. Very weird. Fred's got me out of so many situations. When I'm late, green lights stay green. When we're almost out of gas in Houston, we had a 5-gallon can and ran out as soon as we pulled into the airport and had about a half gallon left in the can to get to the car rental place. 3/4 of the flights home from Houston were canceled, and we were on Spirit, and it was not. It was like the only Spirit flight that wasn't canceled. But something told me originally we were going to book July 4th to go on a cruise. And I told Julie, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable. This was like back in, not that I saw anything coming. I just had that weird feeling like, I don't think I could do that because, I'd rather be here forecasting and sharing messaging. And I don't have fun when I can't do this when there's a storm. I just don't. And everybody knows in 2020 we canceled a lot of trips that year, and it's my choice. I'm not complaining. I have more fun doing this stuff than I do cruising. I just enjoy doing what I do. And but I told Julie, no, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't want to be stuck on a ship and have something happen and not be able to do this. So during Beryl, leading up to Beryl, we looked around and we couldn't find anything. And then when I was in Beryl, I texted Julie. I said, see if there's a cruise next week because, I don't think we're having anything in the tropics. I feel comfortable. And Emily has no softball, and she found one. There was one cabin opened up on the Margaritaville, and we got it. So everything happens for a reason. So hopefully we have a good cruise. The girls are excited. They've all had to go buy new dresses. Nobody knows what you wore in the last cruise, but you got to go buy new dresses. At least they go to Bell's and Marshalls, so it's not that expensive. And the story with Shelly. The story with Sarah yesterday was so cute. She actually picked out her own clothes, and she was so proud of herself. And Julie came home, and they showed them to me, and she's giggling and laughing, and I'm like, "Did you pick that out? That's kind of short," And she's laughing. So it's fun to see Sarah. Being normal as she can be, So we're excited. We are. So anyway, I know college, right, Dina? Can you believe it? But, I had my little rant the other day. I got a little mad. Probably shouldn't have, but I get tired of people coming to our page and starting drama. So it's not so much for me, but it gets everybody else riled up. And people like to do that. I used to do it as a kid. But we just don't need it. And if I had one more person give me crap about, oh, it's just a rainstorm, you sure are hyping it. Okay, you tell that to all these folks here that have damage or roofs ripped off and without power for a week plus, dealing with campers on their side and flipped. And yeah, it was only a Cat 1, okay? But there's been Cat 1s, barely even got a breeze. I mean, those two storms are alike, trust me. 203 tornado warnings. This thing had that Cape Verde seed. I'm telling you, man. I talked about it. All y'all know about it. I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I said, these spinners that don't lose that core spin are trouble. I've seen it over the years too many times. They do what they want and they come back quick. And they want to go north. They find that weakness and they punch right through it. And that's what this one did. The Euro was wrong. I've never seen the Euro more wrong than I did with Beryl. It was the outlier, but it was wrong. The Icon was probably one of the best. And Joe, if you're watching, and Brew Crew, he knows that I love the Icon, and the Icon did really good. But Chris was only around 15 minutes, I think. Melissa going on the cruise? I'll fill you in on it. Their nails are getting done, Shelly. Yes. I'm bringing my only pair of shoes with me. It was so funny, that shot of me doing the CNN interview, and I had the flip-flops on. Like, see if I can show it to you. There's that bridge that we went across. That's probably the scariest bridge I've ever been on. There's the flip-flops. The infamous flip-flops there with CNN. Funny story. All right, let's see. All right, well, there you go. We'll watch the blob. The blob's nothing to worry about. We've been an hour. I can't believe it. Close. I still got the boots in my truck, though, Shelly, from the... Jessica, thank you. No, I don't get down. I really don't get down. I get mad. I just get mad, that's all. I really got mad at someone, maybe I shouldn't have, but, the ones that don't know me and they want to insult me without knowing they're doing their homework, that's the ones that get me mad, because they don't know the truth. Jackie, these things have been on TV. So the history of these things, I had them in Ian, in Nicole, I think I bought them that summer, 21. So I had them in Ian, had them in Nicole, had them during Idalia. I flew to Harold in Texas. Harold was a tropical storm, very minimal impacts. And now Beryl. So, yeah, 2 major hurricanes, Ian and Idalia. Sarah's texting me now. This is what she does. If you guys know this by now. This is how we talk. She can't spell. You know that, right? But she writes me these random letters, and I just write her back random letters. And every day I was storm chasing, she called me. Every day. Thinks of her daddy every day. Sometimes I wish my oldest would do that, but you know, she loves me. But yeah. Anyway. All right, well, listen, I'll still be doing my reels. Looking forward to that. We'll keep an eye on things. Nothing to, stress about. Or, thinking of all the folks in Texas right now dealing with Beryl. And, I know there's a lot of frustration right now with the power. But, it is what it is. We do have a little tropical color here, but I just don't see it. I just don't. I guess we could have looked at models, tropical tidbits here. Let's take a look. I did before I went live, but they're just very weak. 10-10 pressure. Icon 10-14, 10-15. I don't think that's strong. I don't think you can have maybe you can have a tropical depression that low higher pressure. I don't know, maybe, but anything to worry about? No. 10-16 on the Euro. Let's see I don't even look at the NAM because the NAM's terrible but it's only showing 10-15 also. I don't think it'll be named. I don't see how it could be. Even the Canadian 10-14, 10-17. It's a low pressure. Doesn't mean it's scary low pressure. Storm Prediction Center not showing anything to worry about. Just light green. So that's what I think. All right, well, listen, we should be back on Wednesday. If anything were to pop, I'd be home Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning probably. But, just keep it up. I'll be doing my little 90-second reels and videos. Oh, there we go. See, they don't even tell me this. Look, apparently Emily's getting her hair done. I get these Google alerts. I thought we had a great deal on this cruise, right? I'm like, oh man, wasn't that much at all. They got nails, we got new dresses, we gotta get the hair done. It's times 3. How many times do girls need to get their hair done? It looks fine. Oh well. At least she wants to get her hair done. Look at that dust. Everybody's talking about the dust. Here's the latest look. So we do have some dust over Florida right now from Africa. And we got another big plume. Remember we talked about this yesterday. A big plume of dust over the Caribbean. Another one coming off of Africa. That's definitely helping the slow week ahead in the tropics. Helping. I don't want to talk about it too much because Beryl rode below the dust. It was a low rider. And Beryl was on the lower part of the Lesser Antilles there, and obviously kind of missed a lot of that dust ingestion. The wave behind it, Invest 96, did ingest a lot of dust, and it helped weaken that. There's a lot of waves out there. Man, there's 5 or 6 tropical waves currently right now. A lot of tropical waves. They don't mean anything. 1, 2, 3, 4 tropical waves. But with all that dust, they don't mean anything, even though we have tropical waves out there. Satellite, you might be able to see them. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them or not. Oh, that's satellite. I was like, where's the convection map? All right, let's look at the convection. Where is it? Right here. Where? Ooh. Oh, there. Ooh, wait a minute. Where's my convection map? There it is. Okay. So there's those weak waves. Very, 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 very little convection. So obviously dry air helping limit the moisture out there. So, not seeing anything to talk about. So we just talked an hour about nothing. Shelly needs coffee. Kara, great question. The dust plumes. What causes dust plumes off Africa? Believe it or not, it's the strong winds that come from the equator, a little north of the equator. But they actually lift the Sahara dust, and it ends up in the middle parts of the atmosphere. And those strong winds travel it across the Atlantic. And the same level of the atmosphere that storms like to feed off of with moisture and humidity. So it actually helps absorb and dry up the middle atmosphere, which storms need to help intensify. So it's the winds blowing across Africa. It's crazy. Gonna have nice sunsets, correct, Jackie? Maybe not today. We got a lot of moisture out there. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. I do maybe a little too much sometimes, but Scooter, I love that name. Tropical wave is kind of like a front almost. It's just a little bump in the atmosphere, and they're this little troughs of energy. Nothing really more than that. They're just little clumps of clouds. Clumps of clouds. Say, Jackie, good thing on the Bahamas blue. That's interesting. Ooh, did I get my text this morning? Anyway, all right. Well, hey, it's fun. I can ramble all day. You know that. I got an alert that my truck's got a dead battery, so no storm chasing for me. I better go out there and see what's up with that. I think it's time to put a battery in it. They don't seem like they last very long. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Our Daily Brew. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend. Remember, no live the next few days. We'll be back live on Wednesday, and enjoy our little break in the tropics. Hopefully, weather doesn't look that bad this weekend either. So, I hope you have great plans. All right. We'll see you later. Alligator.